Well, I was just about at the end of my video, but I was talking about some of the local California researchers that I really pay attention to. Angeles Almas, Angeles Sasquatch, Matt Squatch from Orange County. Further up north, we have Sierra Sasquatch. We have Brown Dwarf up in the Humboldt area, and Emerald Triangle up there. Oh, I've learned a lot about structure in his areas, in the redwood forests, and the Trinity Forest, and on the beaches of Northern California. Also, I try to like to say, well, I provide also what's going on in Central California. So being from the Central Valley, I try to concentrate on my area of Central California, but I also go to the outer reaches, anywhere from Death Valley all the way to the Pacific coast. So anyway, this is the beginning of the Jewel Trail here. I come all the way down, so I got another bit of a walk before I get to my truck. Maybe about another half mile down. I got to go through the Redwood Grove. I think I'm going to take my pack off here on the equipment here, take a time out, and take it from here. Okay, I'm going to set this down for a second. Okay, fix my pants. Okay, my sunglasses over here. Okay, I'm going to take this off here. This has got to get off. These pants have to unhook here and here. Okay, got that off. Put my pants up real quick. Keep losing my pants here because of all the stuff I'm carrying. Pulls everything down. Like I said, I should use suspenders on these days. Okay, so now I'm going to take this harness off from my GoPro and put that in my backpack. Take these binoculars off. I don't need that beyond either. Put this stuff away. Get free of all this extra bit audio-visual aids. Let me put this open here. Think down some. Get hydrated here real quick. Okay. Hydration. Okay. I did my power aided now. That's done. Let me get some water. So good. Wow, that's good. Okay. Binoculars. Look right here. I'm going to go ahead and keep my GPS on just in case till I get to my car. Okay, so I'll go here. My goodness. Sorry about that burp, guys. That's a hydrating burp. Sorry. Anyway, so here I go. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing a little filming while I'm on my way back. This is the creek side, the Lagunitas Creek side. Make my way down to the bridge. More Enchanted Forest over to the right. That would be a good place to go explore someday if I can find a path through all of that underbrush where there happens to be not only ferns but also poison oak. So I got to be really careful about that. I really want to get off of the main trail a lot more, but because of this underbrush and because of the altitude where I'm at, there's a lot of things that you get. A lot of berry bushes, a lot of brambles, and poison oak that'll deter you from getting off anything off of a game trail or a regular path. You know, that's what deters you. It's different if you're up in the higher elevation in the Sierras where you got basically matted down pine trees and pine needles and dirt and rock. It's not nearly as hard to walk off trail. But here, it's another challenge. and you will trip and you will fall and you will get banged up and scraped up for sure. Right now the altitude is about 500 feet. So I've climbed down from about 2,200 feet to 500 feet right here. Did a good up and down elevation climb today. Let me put my backpack all the way on. It's only on my one shoulder, but I gotta get it on both shoulders. Okay. So again, like I say, the California Bigfooters, we have another good friend of mine, Shelley Billington, is doing some great work out of her area in the Central Valley, in this Santa Claus Lost River area, Lower Sierras. She does some great work. She's fairly new. She's been at it about a year. Also, I'm trying to think of other people that I know that are close by that have their own channels. Shelley doesn't have her own channel yet, but she does great work. She posts on Facebook, different groups, Trails and, I forgot the name of the groups that she belongs to. Trails and Tales and Trails. That's her group that she belongs to. She posts great stuff. And also Bigfoot, I forget what it's called. No, Evidence of Bigfoot, or Bigfoot, oh, I can't think of the name of it. Trails to Bigfoot. Anyway, she does some good stuff. She posts great pictures. Mine is strictly California bipedal trails, Central California bipedal trails, and I've been at it for about 2.5 years on my channel, and about 3 years altogether, doing research and having more fun every day, learning more and more about this. I make no aspersions to be a highly educated cryptid hominid researcher. I've only had a minimal amount of anthropology and cultural history in college. My experience mostly, I speak for myself. I read a lot, I study a lot, I love nature, I understand the seasons. Well, that's a beautiful whistle. I'm not sure what kind of bird that was. Maybe it'll chirp again. Maybe it was Jay. Oh no, that was a hawk. That was a hawk whistle. What am I thinking? That's a red-tailed hawk hunting. This is the time of day that I like to hunt. See Samuel T.P. Taylor Park entering. This is the last video that I'm trying to basically enmesh with the last GoPro that I was doing. Looks like some interesting structure down there along the creek side, the Lagunitas Creek side. From over here, I can zoom in a little bit to see show you what I was looking at. So those might be some great areas to walk down there and look around. I have no doubts at all that that's where most of the activity is. Not even far from the road here, because it's so close to the water and the creek. And there's little small habitat here. Little small, see the structure there, right alongside on the other side of the wire here. Interesting. Then you get these redwood trees here. See, some of the trees look like they've been leaned into the crotches of other trees, like over here in this little gathering area. Look over here. It's like a trident into a crotch of a tree. That looks like a little gathering area right down there, especially at night. No doubts to me. Look at this beautiful old redwood tree here. Really old one. It was burnt at one time, but it didn't burn down completely because redwood trees are burn resistant because of their bark. But this tree goes up and up and up and up and up. It's probably over 200 feet tall. So the age got to be at least over 1,500 years old. So you can get a better look at how that tree leans into those other two. Whether it's manipulated or not is anybody's guess, but they make it interesting to look at. Nonetheless, they make your head turn a couple of times, especially if you're into the cryptid sciences. Up here too, like I said, it's hard to even get a foothold to climb up in these loose soil loaded with ferns, coluda ferns, leather ferns. Hard to get up in there, but I have no doubt that with a good camera you could pan in and get some good looking structure up in there. Here's a little piece of structure here that might have been manipulated, but you see the X back there? Then again you see like a cut branch that they did some cutting. See right X right there. Right there. Who's put that there? I'm not always sure, but we know it's there because that caught my eye. Okay, so we got some big bends coming down. Haven't got that feeling yet I had when I was with my grandson a year and a half ago coming through here when I hit the burl forest. But I certainly did have a little bit of a edgy feeling coming through here before with him. I think they're really interested in him because he was a few feet ahead of me, and you know how kids like dilly-dally around. He was about 10 years old at the time, and he was dilly-dallying, playing with my bush knife, and they were really keenly interested in see what he was up to. And I was watching him from a distance and filming it. Took some really interesting pictures that were broken down, and you could see the faces in the light areas around where the timestamps were in the pictures. Again, more creek area, little lumber yard down there. Right there, you can see the lumber yard. We'll look at something real quick. Okay, I want to make sure the shutter was open all the way. Right there. And more bends and breaks over there across the way. Okay. The road is right up there. That would be Sir Francis Drake Boulevard that comes in from Fairfax all the way through to Lagunitas, all the way out to Olima, California, which is near the coast, near Tamales Bay. This is the area where the watershed people take good care of flood control to make sure the water's pumping through at the right level. So they do a lot of work in here. Cut back the trees, make sure that nothing clogs up these natural spawning areas for the salmon. This is where they come to spawn, right down here, and these creek beds in the wintertime. Not unlike they do like in Northern California, Washington, and Oregon. So up in here, it looks to me like a really great glen to do some really great hooting and hollering at night. I think they're up there. I think they come down through here and make their presence known. This is where I started getting those feelings last time I came through. Right here, especially where the burls were. These are some more of the forest areas that I didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time in earlier because I was passing through to get to the Bolinas Ridge Trail. But it gets much darker in here. Last time I came through it was even darker because it was during the winter months. So we were looking, this is the area we were looking at all the burls. This was the area I was really catching extracurricular stuff going on in my images next to my camera. Next to my focus. Yeah, this tree especially right here. These are the trees right here. You can see what I'm talking about. Right this way too. Get a little closer. You can see what I'm talking about. See how they are? They're right there. They seem to be quite present, these faces that pop out of these trees. Okay, well, over and out for now. I'm just going to go with pictures from now on, but I want to make sure you had a chance to see some of this area near the creek bed on the way out. I'm about a quarter mile from my car now. Okay, over and out for now.